This, ladies and gentlemen, is part 2 of building the potting bench. Here we go. So for today's portion, I thought I would just get out the old skill saw, a couple of sawhorses, and then go ahead and cut this. It's not critical that I have perfectly straight lines like on a table saw. This is an outdoor garden table, and a skill saw will work just fine. I gotta go make some measurements though, just to make sure I cut at the right space. I think they should be 24 inches long, and then the width is going to be critical so that when they fold in, they touch or come close to touching and not overlap. I don't want them to overlap. Plus, I don't want them sticking out from the tabletop either. All right, let's go. Okay, take your time. Remember, the rule is measure once, cut twice. Okay, I'm going to cut through 2 pieces at one time. We'll see in a moment if that was a good choice. Okay, it worked out. Alrighty, so I've chosen some pretty heavy-duty galvanized hinges that'll work great for gates and such. There's going to be probably maybe as much as 30 pounds of soil and things that are going to be placed on top of this workbench. So I wanted to make sure that I had a hinge that was going to be able to support that. Now the brace that I've made here will be fitting flush up against here too. So all of this creates some support for that lid. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't have any problems later on. So I've pre-marked everything. I'm going to pre-drill everything, and then we'll take you to the other side. I'm not left-handed, so this is tough. I know you're all crying for me right now, aren't you? Cry me a river. I can feel it. If you're working with hinges like this, take extra care to make sure that things are lined up properly. If you have a sagging hinge, it's going to bind as you try to close things down. So make extra sure that you end up with it even, working adjacent to your vertical pole, okay? So far, so good. Be careful. Don't go all the way through the wood if you can help it. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Holding this thing up while trying to screw it in and keeping everything parallel and adjacent to each other. You might want to get an extra helping hand, but for the sake of your entertainment, I'm going to try this alone. All you lefties out there, how do you do this? It's simple. You guys got to have magic of some sort. You know, sometimes power tools can be a real blessing, but in this particular case, it's a pain in the neck. Just use your screwdriver. We're getting there, folks. Whew. Okay, it may be 64 degrees ambient temperature here in my backyard, but I will say something, and I probably have said this before. In Texas, we're a little further south than where I'm accustomed to, and so we're leaning into that sun pretty good. So even though it's 64 degrees ambient, the sun is probably about 3,000 degrees on my back. And I'm wearing a black shirt on top of it all. At least my hat's not black. This side's done. Worked out pretty good. All right, on to the other side. Binding. This ought to do. So that worked out okay. Just a little bit of nudging with the planer, and it worked out. As you can see, it closes. And there is a little bit of overlap right here, just ever so little, but if I just put one in before the other, it's not a problem, and it leaves plenty of room for the lid to come down over the top. One other thing that I didn't do was cut notches for these hinges. And these hinges are going to be the hinges that go in here for the lid. And what I need to do is cut out a notch, measure all this, cut out a notch that's big enough so that this can slide in without any obstruction when it's closed up. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. Got to get the jigsaw out. Yeah, by the time you watch this, it already would have been Easter. This little bunny, well, didn't leave eggs, but left little baby bunnies. So we got some baby bunnies running around the yard too. I guess woodland creatures are okay as long as they stay out of my garden. Stay out of my garden, do you hear me? I didn't have a jigsaw here. For some reason I must have left the one back at the other house. No, Black & Decker didn't pay me, nor did they give this to me. I bought this with my own money, as I have with all of these tools here. Purchased them with my own money. It's the tools that I decide I'm going to try to use, and I let you know how well they work. Everything's working so far, so good. The Black & Decker, well, it was on sale, so I picked it up, and it was reasonably priced. I'll leave a link below where you can click on and purchase one if you'd like. If you don't have one and you want to try it out, you can, but we're going to see how well it works here. And then you can decide for yourself whether you want it or not, or whether or not I'm going to take it back. The other thing is, when you're cutting a notch, I'm going to drill a couple of 3/8 inch holes at each corner here. This bit is about 3/8 inch, or the saw blade is, and I'm going to drill some holes in there so that when I come down I can just turn and then come across and come down and take that whole notch out. Okay? Wish me luck. Now, of course, the best thing to have done was to take this off and do all this in a horizontal fashion. But, you know, I like to live dangerously, like I said before. It should work fine. Let's do the other side and press on. Okay, like I said before, this is not a paid endorsement, but I will say this particular Black & Decker, and I'll leave the model number, it's, I'll look it up and I'll put it in the link down below. But this particular model, they made a couple of them. One had a variable turning ability here. Didn't know what that was all about. It seemed kind of gimmicky to me, so I just passed on it. Plus it was an extra $20 just for that feature. Otherwise, amperage was the same, everything else was the same. With this one, variable speed, which is kind of nice. It's not plugged in, don't worry. And then you could lock it so that it stays on. if you wanted to. I guess the only thing that this, and it did come with a bit, which is really a bit. I keep saying bit. This did come with a little saw, which was good. What I might do is invest in a few more, maybe a carbide tipped, shorter tooth, couple of variants, so that I can have it for different purposes. This thing ripped through the wood pretty fast. It's even called Speedwood. I don't know if you can read that on there, but it says Speedwood, and it did. It cut through wood fast. What else? That's it. Got a guard, got an evacuation hole, which is kind of nice if you wanted to stick a vacuum up to there. It does say 0 degrees right here, which leads me to believe that if you take this apart, you could actually swivel this. I haven't read the manual completely, but it looks like you can do angles, which is kind of nice. And all for around, $35 or so. Wasn't bad. Black & Decker. Now, the thing will be, how long will it actually last? Will it endure a long time and a lot of use? That's yet to be seen. But today's work, it went through, that was 7/8 plywood. Went through it, no problem. Had I done it on a tabletop or on a sawhorse or something, it probably would have gone a little bit better. But, I live dangerously. I wanted to see what it would do. Works good. All right, let's go back to the table. Use our Amazon link down below. When you do, it helps us out and it doesn't cost you a penny more. And after using the link, save it to your bookmarks so you can have easy access to it in the future. Thank you. Hey, I just noticed these screws are they're self-tapping, which is kind of nice. But still, I'm gonna pre-drill. That would have worked great if this was metal, I guess. Through the years, I've always tried to not have to pre-drill, went ahead and just use self-tapping things. Always seems to split the wood. So, I pre-drill. Should I start a hashtag? Hashtag pre-drill? I'll put one down below. We'll see what happens. There might already be one. If there's already a hashtag called hashtag pre-drill, leave a comment down below, let me know. I guess I'll find out soon enough, but in the meantime, it'd be kind of fun to get a conversation going about that. Okay, so I think the way I'm going to end up doing this is putting the tabletop on there and getting underneath and pre-drilling and all of that. Okay, I'm going underneath and I'm going to measure and pre-drill. It never fails. The wind blows, the screws and the packaging, everything goes flying everywhere. You gotta have a lot of patience to live in Texas, let me tell you, with this kind of weather. Almost there. Alright, not too bad. And then Sugar Gal's been working out in the garden and look what she got. Ooh, grubs and bugs and all sorts of cool stuff for the chickens. Let's see how they do. Oh my gosh, it's like, grab it and run. Grab it, run. Ooh. go. It's all gone. That was pretty quick. All right, well, it seems to do pretty well. I think one of the things I'm going to do before I close out today is I'm going to stain the top of this and all the edges and all the sides. It gets kind of wet around here, so if I had stain on it, it's going to protect it quite a bit. And then I might even get some sheet metal and put a sheet metal top on this so that, galvanized, you know, so that it would endure some pounding and hitting. As it is, it's just plywood. It's of your 1/2-inch variety. And another thing I might do is underneath I might put in a metal support of some sort, of metal brace, so that it can support some weight. Now, I'm going to grab this bag of dirt and throw it up here and see how it holds up. Get ready for a laugh, folks. It's 2 cubic foot of potting soil. I don't know, that was probably about 30 pounds. It's doing fine. As long as you don't stick it right in the middle and you don't do a karate chop, I think it's going to be just fine. Like I say, I may put some support down there, and it's already we're getting some rainy weather coming in, and I already got a drop of water on here. I'm going to get some stain on this. Maybe in a future episode I'll show you how it all turned out when it's all finished. For now, it's very functional and ready to go. Just got to protect it. All right. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your endurance. Thank you for your patience. And don't forget, we got links down below that has everything that you might need, even the dirt. You know, go to our Amazon links, go to our affiliate links, and if you need some of this stuff, please purchase it. It helps out the channel a lot. You'd be directly supporting my family, and I would appreciate that a lot. Don't forget to subscribe and do all that good stuff, okay? I love you. God bless you. God bless America. May America bless God. We'll see you later, folks. Take your time. Remember, the rule is measure once, cut twice. You know that was sarcasm, right?